we're going to talk NFL. Let's start with the NFL. I am recording this on Thursday. Thursday Night Football is happening right now between the Broncos and the Chargers. So recording this Thursday before a full slate of games on the weekend. One of those games being Saturday, being the Texans and the Chiefs. And Patrick Mahomes had a high ankle sprain last week. He limped off, didn't finish the game. Carson Wentz came in and relieved Patrick Mahomes in the last couple of drives. Of course, the Chiefs had that one kind of wrapped up and won already, but didn't finish the game. A lot of speculation on if he was going to start. Short week, you're playing on Saturdays, and the Chiefs actually have like 3 games in 11 days. They played last week against the Browns. They play Saturday against the Texans, and then they play Wednesday, Christmas Day, against the Steelers on Netflix. And that's a lot of games in a little amount of time. So the consensus belief was Mahomes might not play against the Texans. But then would probably play against the Steelers on Christmas Day. Well, today, Patrick Mahomes good to go. They say that he's going to be all right. He was a full participant this week. Every practice, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, full participant was Patrick Mahomes. And they're gonna go. They're gonna let him go. So I'm interested in this because this tells me that the Chiefs obviously are going for that number 1 seed. And they think that that is extremely valuable on their quest for a three-peat. And I think that when you look at that, you say, well, of course, right? You want the number 1 seed, but they are willing to maybe further aggravate a high ankle sprain of Patrick Mahomes in order to try to get that 1 seed. And I think more importantly, get the bye. I don't think that they're necessarily as worried about the 1 seed. We saw them last year go to Buffalo, go to Baltimore, win both of those games. But to get the bye, I think they're really wanting to go for it. I don't think there's obviously any other explanation for you kind of putting Mahomes out there, unless it wasn't as bad as we thought. Obviously, he was a full participant all 3 days of practice, but they play the Texans on Saturday, followed by the Steelers on Christmas Day. And right now, they are 2 games ahead of the Buffalo Bills for that 1 seed. Really more like 1.5 because Buffalo does have the head-to-head when they beat the Chiefs earlier this year. But when you look at the schedules, Buffalo to finish out their year, 3 games, and we're into the postseason. They have the Patriots, Jets at the Patriots. That appears to be, on paper, 3 wins for the Buffalo Bills. So you're looking at the Buffalo Bills finishing the season at, 14-3? That's what we're looking at with the Buffalo Bills finishing. I don't think that there's really any... They might slip up. I don't see it happening, especially against the Patriots. The Jets maybe sneak one out. I still don't buy it. Those are in Buffalo. Besides that last Patriots game, you play the New England twice. They have kind of a dumpster fire going on right now in New England. And so they have, on the schedule, on paper, looks like 3 wins. Finish the season at 14-3. The Chiefs, meanwhile, play the Texans on Saturday, followed by a Wednesday game on the road in Pittsburgh. And then they finish the season on a Sunday noon game at Denver. Those are pretty tough. Those are 3 really tough games. And so right now, Kansas City's like, we can't afford to lose one. And if we kind of mess around with Houston, if we let them stick around and we say, you know what, Carson Wentz is going to play, and we drop to Houston, chances are we could possibly lose to the Steelers or Denver in those two games after that. Remember, the Chiefs in Week 10 had to block a kick, had to block a game-winning field goal attempt against Denver to win the game. They won 16-14. So this is the Chiefs just saying, we got to get this one seed in the bye. So we're going to roll him out there and hope for the best. The Texans pass rush, iffy. But then the next two, you got the Steelers pass rush with TJ Watt. And then the Broncos have a pretty good pass rush. I mean, they're not the most incredible pass rush we've ever seen, but they got some dudes that can go. So for this, it is all about trying to get that one seed in the bye. And the Chiefs are telling you that, yeah, this is important to us. We've got to get this, because if we lose two, we can't lose two of these games. So we're going to roll out our QB1 and see how it goes. So I think that's interesting. Chiefs are all in on the one seed. All right,